Hi everyone, this is Mariah McCoy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a lot of things that's been going on with my life. I told you guys I was going to do a catch-up video soon. Um, I don't remember if I told you guys that. I actually thought I mentioned it, but so yeah, I'm here to do a catch-up video about what's been going on with my life. Um, Recently, in the beginning of the year, I actually put out some videos of me vlogging on my cruise that me and my best friend went on last year for Christmas and during the holiday season, New Year's Eve. So I had basically vlogged all of that and just sent those posts out, those videos out like right after I got back. It was such a fun cruise, such a fun trip. I just remember that was my first time going out the country, so I was like so excited and I really enjoyed myself. I ended up being sick on the cruise, but as soon as I touched down back in the States, like in Miami, I just felt constantly like instantly better. So I was just like, okay, I'm back to my normal self. My skin was like, we break it out, I have sensitive skin, so like going out there not really prepared to get sick like that. When I came back, I was like, oh my gosh. But overall, that trip definitely was such a fun, great experience. We're planning on doing another cruise. Of course, this time I'm going to be prepared to get sick. So, yeah, I just remember during the cruise, like, especially during New Year's, just looking out like at the sea and just like realizing like this year I want to be able to work on so many things. I want to be able to really upgrade my life and really do some things and set goals for me so I'll be able to really achieve them and be at a place where I want to be mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. Like I just want to be in certain areas where I know I can prosper in my life. I want to be able to put the work in. And so I was really wanting to like chase after my goals and chase after my dreams this year and really put my best foot forward. And that's what I tried to promise myself on that cruise. And I did promise myself that on the cruise. So when I touched back down into the States, I went back to my hometown, Jacksonville area. And my parents, they drove me back to Orlando, which I like currently right now stay. So, and then I just got back to work. In the beginning of the year, for like a while now, well, for a couple of years, then up to the beginning of this year, I was working two jobs, Red Lobster and Yard House. Um, Red Lobster, I served, and Yard House, I was hosting for a while, and I was just juggling both jobs and really just putting like just grinding and making sure that I like had some money in my pocket and trying to maintain my living arrangements and stuff like that. So you know how it is when you working two jobs, you're just trying to constantly like put some money, have some money in your pocket, do what you gotta do, and just hustling. So that's what I was doing. Unfortunately, during that time, before we were on the cruise, I took my days off for the cruise, which was well for just the holidays period. So I was on the cruise for like 7, 8 days. I do remember, if I do remember it right. And then plus I went ahead and just took off like that week for the holidays. So my mom wanted me to be at her house for the holidays for Christmas time. So and then plus not just that one day for Christmas. She wanted me there for like at least 3 or 4 days. So before Christmas. So I went ahead and just took off that week of Christmas, and then I took off the week after Christmas for my cruise that I went on with my best friend. So I took off 2 weeks vacation. Yard House, I didn't have a problem with taking off those 2 weeks. They were fine with it. However, Red Lobster was the one that basically gave me all of the problems that just led up to where I am now. So with Red Lobster, my general manager there, he's a very spiteful person. This isn't the first time he's done it. I'm not the first person he's done this to. When I took my 2 weeks off for vacation, mind you, I've been working there since 2016, like for a good solid 3 years. So this would have been like probably I did this like one time before a few years ago, but ever since then I never did it again because I felt like I learned my lesson trying to deal with him. And so he basically, when I request 2 weeks off, he gives you like a whole month off because he doesn't want you request off for the holidays. But when you have people like me that work so much and never request a day off at all throughout the year, period, don't request any days or vacation days off at all, and it's been like over 3 years. It's been about 3 years ever since I've requested a vacation day off. I just figured that one person out of like 20 something or 30 something employees that you have wouldn't make a difference whether or not I would be in your restaurant working on quote unquote the biggest weekend or holiday season of the year. Which should not be that busy. One person is not going to really make a difference. Trust me, I can have my days off, especially with the fact that I work so much. I never ask for anything, and I'm here and I do my work and I do my job and I do what I have to do, and I'm one of the best people at it. Not to toot my own horn, but it's just one of those situations where you know what you deliver and you know what you put on the table, so there shouldn't be any questions asked, but sometimes you just have to remind people and let them know. So he didn't really question it, he just gave me my days off. However, he gave me a whole month off instead. So I was dealing with that. I'm like, okay, he gave me a whole month off, whatever. I'll, go on my vacation, still enjoy myself. Um, I was trying to, at the time, get my life together. And once I got back home, I was just telling myself, even though he gave me this month off, I'm going to go back to work whenever I do and just get back with the money and make sure that I get back going so I can have, money for rent, money for bills and everything like that together. So when he put me back on the schedule, however, he didn't put me on the schedule for my regular days and my regular hours of shift. He went on to continue to mess up my schedule and only had me working for like a day or two. So I wasn't making any money. So that put me in a really tight place right in the beginning of the year, especially when right after I got back from my trip from not working for a whole month, and then when I come back, he wasn't scheduling my normal schedules and my normal hours that I normally work because he's such a spiteful person, and he just has to go his way or the highway. Like, I don't know. Those type of people, you don't really know what process and how certain things process in their head and the reason why they do certain things and their logic. Just hands down, he just didn't like me for some odd reason, and that's weird to me because I barely even worked with him. He was barely there. When he was there, he was always in the office, not doing anything. But enough about him. But yeah. So it's a whole nother problem. But luckily, I had another job that I was willing to turn to, and during that time when Red Lobster was only giving me like 2 shifts a day, two out throughout the week for me to work, I would tell people like my other, coworkers about the situation, and hopefully they will give me like a few shifts to allow me to pick up. But everybody else, they need their shifts too. So I wasn't really being able to pick up that many shifts over there as a server and make my server money. Whoever knows the server life and the server experience, you know that you can definitely make a lot of money as a server. So I was like, yeah, hopefully some people will, help me out and give me a few shifts. But which people did do, but it wasn't enough to pay any, bills like I normally do, living by myself. So luckily, I thought that I had another job to turn to, which is Yard House. Like I said, I worked 2 jobs. So Yard House, during the time before I left for my cruise, I actually talked to my general manager there, and he was saying how he was going to, start putting me, he wanted to work on, taking me out of the host stand and really allowing me to have the chance to make that server money at Yard House, because server money at Yard House is completely different than hosting money. It's completely different than a lot of most restaurants that you go to, if not all of them, in this specific area. Yard House is a very busy restaurant, and people make a lot of money there as a server. So they wanted to give me a chance since, I'm originally a server. I haven't really hosted, like, ever since Yard House. My last hosting job was like back in 2012, so ever since I've been working by myself, I've always been a server. So it's been forever since I've been hosting. Ever since, they hired me, that's when I started back hosting again. So I was like, during this time, especially during this time with my other job where Lobster trying to play me, I need to make sure that I'm making money. And before I even went on the cruise, me and my general manager talked about them promoting me to serving position, the position I originally applied for. I only started hosting because I was just helping them out, but it turns out that I was doing 2 years of hosting straight. But that at the end of that year, he said once I come back from my cruise, we're gonna work on promoting me at the end of January and start having me do my actual training and stuff like that, and getting to know more of the menu, and just put me back on the floor, put me on the floor as a server. And I was excited about that. So when Red Lobster was acting up, I tried to rely on my job so I can make sure I get some type of money coming in. However, Yard House, it was they were becoming short staffed. They were pushing people's um like stretching people's hours, and it was a lot. It was a lot. I was, getting in trouble for like the weirdest things to me that just didn't make sense, and I felt not wanted. I felt unappreciated at the time at both jobs, but what really stressed me out the most was Yard House. From both jobs, the one reason why Red Lobster didn't stress me out as much as Yard House did during that time when I was going through all that was because Red Lobster, I knew what I was working with. I knew the type of person that that man was. I knew he was going to probably pull some mess like that. It was unfortunate. However, when I had more expectations towards Yard House, they kind of let me down because I wasn't really expecting them to come at me the way they did, and it just different situations that made me look at the people that were around me, and I was like, I don't know if I could trust you. I don't know if I want to work with these type of people. I don't know if I want to be even representing this type of brand. Um, it was just something that I was like, ugh, like what should I do? Like if I leave, I wouldn't have nothing to go back to. I would have to literally find a whole nother job because it's not like Red Lobster at this time is something like financially stable for me enough for me to make bills. So I'm gonna have to find another job, and it's hard to find another job if I leave Yard House because one, I don't have a car. So I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. So um, I just was in a financial mess. Like I was trying to get my life together, trying to pay bills, and I was living like literally from paycheck to paycheck. Like I've had that experience before, but I never had this type of experience where I had to really like wasn't making money from neither jobs. Like the fact that I was trying to, they were getting me in trouble for God knows what, some crazy stuff, and it just made me feel like they didn't have trust in me and confidence in me as a worker, knowing that I'm one of the best workers. Confident, I'm confident enough to say this about myself that I know that when I put in work, and when I actually apply myself fully and fully commit to something, you're gonna see great expectations out of me. You're gonna be able to see Mariah is one of the best workers. You want somebody like that on your team. So when they were sitting me down in the office and they were like, "Well, Mariah, this is not, this is out of your character. I never seen you like this before." I was like, "These were in." By the way, the situation that they were talking about was something that happened with a guest. It was something minor. A guest tried to, come in and they thought something was going on. It was one of those type of people where they came in already negative. So she was an old lady, Caucasian lady, so I felt like she had a little bit of prejudice towards me anyway. And when I was just doing my job at the time, she didn't like me from the get go. She was already, in her feelings before she came in, and when she left, she was even more in her feelings. So I personally didn't even say anything disrespectful to the lady. Now it will be disrespectful, but I'm just never gonna step out of my character, and that means stepping out of my character in a negative way and stepping out of my character to kiss somebody's ass. And so that's just not me, and people know that. And however, with Yard House, when they want you to, handle their guests, they want you to kiss ass, and I'm not that type of person to step out of my way to do that. I'm gonna treat you like everybody else. I don't care who you are. I'm gonna treat you like everybody else, and you guys should know that when it comes to me, I don't treat people disrespectfully. I'm not a disrespectful person. My mother didn't raise me that way. My parents didn't raise me that way. So, I treat everybody like I would want them to treat me. And So when people try to step out their way and, try to expect more from that and want me to do all types of stuff, I politely just disagree with that motive, disagree with that way of doing things. I'm not going to do it. And so when they sat me down in the office and they were just saying like my attitude's messed up and doing da 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 and saying all this, that, and third, it just really like understanding like it just confused me because I'm like I've worked with y'all for a couple years now and you guys really think that this is part of my character. Y'all should know better than this. Y'all should know this. But without a question, without a doubt, when it comes to certain people, especially certain managers that work with in the restaurant business and customer service, it's always about the customer. It's always about the guests first. They put their employees second, and they probably put their employees last, to be honest. But so with me, I just feel like that's the opposite. You should put your employees first and then put your guests second. Because at the end of the day, in order to make your guests happy, you have to have your employees happy. So when you lose trust and you don't trust in your employees and you don't trust that you hired this person to do their job and handle things situations properly, then you should feel like that's the person that you hired. That's the person I trust in. Even if something little like this happens, I still don't question the person that I hired because I have enough confidence and I have enough trust in that person to do their job still. But it ended up being like a crazy situation, and it just really made me question: do I even like deserve this type of treatment from these people? Like, who do these people think they are? And it just put me in a pickle because I didn't want to continue to work with that type of in that type of environment, whether it was Red Lobster, whether it was Yard House, and yeah. And so with that, me getting in trouble at my Yard House job, I they basically put a halt on my training for my promotion. So I wasn't going to train. And I was in training for a couple months, and within those months, it became short staff, and it just made like a lot of people quit, and they were just tired of working so many hours because they were short staffed and they weren't hiring anybody, so they were just stretching everyone else's hours out. Because I had two jobs on top of Red Lobster, I was working like what over 40 hours at Yard House plus the hours I was working at Red Lobster in one whole week. And I was working 7 shifts there. This happened, you know, it's like, come on, I'm working 7 whole shifts there at Yard House. And plus, on top of that, working like shifts at Red Lobster too. So I was like, for, 7 shifts is cute. I can do it. I can do all of that, but not for the type of money that you guys are paying me. And I was getting paid less than $500 a week for a whole 7 shifts working there, and you guys were draining me. I have two jobs, and you guys were still draining me. And it was like I said, it wasn't more so physically drainful because I'm still young. I can still work. I can still do all those things without a doubt. Pretty healthy for my age, but it was more so a mentally and emotionally draining time for me, especially financially draining because they know I live by myself. I have to do all these things for myself, so it just put me to the verge of just me like wanting to quit, and I was just like so stressed out at the time. I was like on the road of like depression. I could just feel it. And I've been depressed before, like years ago when I was in college, and I know how to, I know how it feels to be depressed, and I didn't take any pills or anything like that. And I had a friend in college that was depressed before, and she had to take pills for it. I didn't really feel the need, like, even though I know, trust me, I know how depression is, and I know I'm not trying to, say like pills don't work, but I didn't feel like the pills would work for me. I'm not a person that takes medication anyway. I never take medication for nothing. I haven't taken medication since I was in 10th grade. I don't really get sick like that, so I don't need to. But when I was going through depression at the time when I was in college, I didn't really take medication for that. I didn't really see anybody actually talk myself out of the depression. I went back home to my parents' house, and I really just got worked on me and got myself together and just really did a lot of self-teaching and preaching to myself and really brought myself out of that. So that was good for me. But this time, this year, while I was going through all those things, I could feel myself getting depressed all over again. And I was just trying to, just still maintain and still not like completely 100% break and fold. Like I had so many moments where I was just crying and bursting into tears because I was stressed out and I didn't have any money. Like I was like, how am I supposed to provide for myself and live by myself and continue this lifestyle if I don't have the money? And like I said before, I went back into the states while I was on my cruise for New Year's. I was just telling myself, I want this, that, and third. I want to work on so many different goals with my life this year. Like I want to actually like see myself prosper this year. And this wasn't the start that I was hoping for. Like I wasn't expecting to start the year off like that. And that was the biggest thing for me. I was like, what is happening to me? What is going on? Why am I going through this? Like this is so unexpected. Like this is putting me in such a like real life struggle. It was to the point where I had to actually like talk to my landlords and let them know the situation. Like that doesn't really help, but landlords don't really let you like be late on rent. So like when I tell that the time when I was being late on my rent because I couldn't, wasn't making enough money, they were just like, okay, well, I mean, I do hear your situation, but at the end of the day, we gotta have our money. So I was like, I understand that, but I don't have none. So I was like, ugh, which stressed me out even more, and I was just like, ugh, I was just going through a lot, and I just felt like I wasn't respected, and I felt like I wasn't appreciated, because at the end of the day, they don't know my situation. They don't know how hard I worked to get where I am, and they just think it's funny. I felt like they didn't take me seriously, so it went to the point of me just really thinking about me just quitting and just finding another job. And remember at the time, during the time, I was very depressed. I woke up very, very depressed. And um, I wasn't happy. And I was like asking God, what can I have at this moment to put me in a better position? And before that happened, actually, let's rewind. Before that happened, um, on top of all that depression and stuff like that, I was getting back on track, and I was making, a little bit more money in my pocket, and I was able to pile up a little bit more money. But because I don't have a car, I had nothing but cash at the time, and throughout like 1 week, I was saving up some money to give me a car, and it was not a lot of money, enough for me to be able to get back on track, get a car at the same time. It was all in cash. It was over $1,000, and because I worked so many long hours throughout that week, I wasn't able to go to the bank because I don't have a car, and it was late at night. I don't like going to the bank late at night like that, so I was gonna wait to the end of the week. However, somebody broke into my apartment. And my place was clean, completely clean. I remember that day. I remember the day before. I completely cleaned my apartment from head to toe. Everything was looked like it wasn't touched. So it looked like somebody came in and knew exactly where my money was. Where I kept cash, and they just took it and walked out. And so I was like, well, that just put me like really in a pickle. I was so hurt. I just was like, why? I felt it was one of those moments where I was just like, I felt like I was right there. I was right there, and then it just got snatched away from me. And I was like, why? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I just remember talking to my mom. I was just very depressed and just very, very sad, and it made me very, very sad for like the rest of the week that day. And I was just hurt. I was hurt. Crying, and I just remember I think it was like sometime that week when I was still a little hurt, and still a little depressed. I went to sleep, very, very sad, and I woke up very, very sad the next morning, and I had to go to work, and I um I asked God before while I was getting ready and getting dressed for work, and I asked God, can you please give me something to look forward to this day because I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I don't know what's going on with me. I mean, I knew what was going on with me, but it's just like I don't know what's gonna happen today. But it's something that I just need something positive because I'm starting my day really, really depressingly, and I don't know if that's a word, but I'm starting my day very, very just wrong. I just felt like it was wrong. I felt like I was forcing myself out of the bed, and I didn't. It was a time when I just wanted to stay in the bed the whole entire day. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get up, like, cause after all that I went through with my job, and then on top of that, somebody robbed me for over $1,000. I'm like, I was just hurt. I was hurt to the T, and I was like, I need somebody to really, really I just need something, a blessing to really put me in a better spot emotionally and make me feel a little bit lighter for my day. And so when I asked that, I was getting ready to go to work. I was about to leave out the door and go into my Uber. And when I went to my Uber, that's when I met my friend David. And me and David are just friends. And he was taking me to work. He was my Lyft driver. And that was my first time meeting him, and normally I'm not a morning person, so when I normally go in the Uber, whether I'm having a good day or not, I just don't really talk to people, especially strangers I don't know. I'm not gonna have a full blown conversation about my life. That's just not me. I'm a very closed off person sometimes. Still, social and stuff like that, but I'm not a person that will just open up about my life, especially during the morning time, because I'm tired and I just want to go to work. Just take me to work. So David, he was very talkative, and at first he was really getting on my nerves. I was like, David, you're such a nice guy, but please, I'm not in the mood to talk to you. I'm so sorry, especially with all that stuff. Like I said, all that stuff was going on. I woke up that morning very depressed, but I did ask God for something to light up my day and like put me in a better mood. And so when David was talking to me, he was kind of just forcing me to have a conversation, and I just wanted to be on my phone the whole entire ride. So David was talking to me, and I was like, oh, I guess I have to, entertain this little conversation, you know, he's talking about. So he was asking me what I do and what I go to school for and why I'm down here, and I just told him all the stuff that I go to school for, and all the stuff that I was currently doing at the time, and what I work. And he was telling me the same thing about what he does, and so he's into music, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, I've always wanted to be in the, like, I'm in the media industry. Like, I'm actually like working to be in the media industry. So I was like, that's cool, that's dope. That's something that I've always aspired to do. He was like, we should actually, work together and do some stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't really think of anything about it. But he was like, yeah, I have a couple songs I want you to listen to. And I'm like, I'm always down, personally. I'm always down when people say that they are music artists. I'm always down to listen to their music. I just want to see what they have. And so when he let me listen to his music, I was like, oh, this is really good. Like, you can really go far with this, And it made me to the point where it enlightened me, and it made me feel like, oh, it gave me some hope. It sparked a fire within me, and listening to his music, and I was like, dang, this is actually really good. This is actually something I would want to keep in touch with him about, and really like work with him on this, and like see what I can come up with, and see what I can do, and see what we can work on together. Because I was like, this is really something that I actually feel connected to. And I was like, dang, I remember at the end of the ride when I got out, I just felt like, we kept in touch, we exchanged numbers, and I was like, yeah, I'll hit you up. He was like, yeah, you can hit me up anytime. Matter of fact, I like your energy. We both like each other's energy. We both with each other vibes well enough to, stay in contact. And he was like, if you ever need a ride to work, just let me know. Just person call me, and we can just work out a little discount situation. So I won't have to pay the full price as a Lyft or Uber would charge me for it. So I was like, okay, bet. So ever since then, we were cool. We were always vibing. We were always kicking it. And he's still my friend to this day, and we're still working on some stuff to this day. So I just remember that moment. God definitely answered my prayers, and that God definitely gave me something, despite all the stuff that was going wrong in my life, to look forward to. That was that one little thing, kind of outweighed all the other negative things that was going on in my life, and it made me like distracted with all that other stuff. It made me look forward to that one particular good thing that happened in that day, and it just had me focus on, I never thought that I would, try to do this new, like, take on this new path, this new journey with, this side of the media industry, um, so early and so randomly, because I felt like that was random because I didn't really want to be. I've always aspired to, play with music and stuff like that, but I never really I didn't expect myself to be in this type of situation and then start doing it. Like I thought I was gonna be in a better spot to start doing like music and start doing like certain things like that and play with music and everything. But apparently, God works and gives you things on his or her own time. So I'm like, well, I guess, and it was the perfect time because it was a time when I needed something to uplift me, and that definitely uplifted me, and it made a lot of stress and made a lot of worries just way off my chest, get off my chest, and I wasn't really worried about any other things throughout the day. I didn't let those other things get the best of me because I had something else to look forward to, and I had something else that was, on my mind, and something else that I want to like put my time towards. And I've always said to myself, Mariah, as much time you put forth in these other two jobs, you still have to make sure that you're putting time into your life so you know that you're investing in yourself, because you don't want to work at these two jobs throughout your whole entire life. You want to do something else. You're a creative person, so you're in the media industry, so you want to make sure you're putting, time and effort to do things into your ultimate goal overall. The reason why you're in Orlando in the first place, why you're here in the first place, the reason why you moved here was to, aspire to be in the media industry, be in the media field, and be a creative artist. And that's what I had to tell myself and remind myself, I need to invest more time in me. I'm letting these people get the best of me, and it was about to drown me. And I'm like, I gotta get out of this headspace because it's not working for me. I need to do something that's really gonna benefit me. And that's what I did. I got out the headspace eventually. And I still was dealing with all that stuff around me. It didn't just go away like that within a day. But it put me in a different headspace to the point where I was like, look, at the end of the day, I know my worth. I know what I've done here. I know the type of work that I can do. And so I gained enough confidence to just sit my managers down at Yard House, and I was like, look, I'm ready to leave. I'm leaving now. I'm leaving within the next 2-3 days. Like, I'm leaving because it's not worth me being here. And I asked him this one question. I asked him, I'm like, as a person that makes 6 figures, my general manager makes 6 figures a year. Now, if I ask you this, if you were in my shoes and you were working 7 shifts throughout the week for less than $500, would you do it? Would you continue to do it? And he said no. I was like, okay then. So there's nothing else to, say. You either allow me to leave or transfer, or I'm just gonna quit altogether. Either way, I'm out regardless. And so he was just like, you know what, Mariah, I know we promised you one thing and we did not deliver the way we did, but I don't want you to leave like this. I actually, believe in you. And he's one person, my general manager at Yard House, he's one person throughout all the other managers. He's one that I definitely always say that always had my back really paid attention to my work ethic and my work skills, and he knows the type of worker that I am. And so he always respected me. He never came at me in any disrespectful way. It's always the other managers that I had a problem with, but it was never him. So when I was able to step to him and talk to him and have that one-on-one conversation with him, he understood me, and he was able to really like, you know what, Mariah, I'm putting my foot down. We're gonna put you on this floor. We're gonna start your training. The week after that, he started putting me on the floor for training, and I started doing my server training, and I started coming on the floor as a server. So I got my promotion, and it just, I was like, that was a good turnaround of events for me, because I just realized it was at a time like as soon as I told myself, you know, no matter if anybody else doesn't know my worth, I need to know my worth, because that's gonna actually change things for me. That's gonna be the thing that's actually gonna change things and start to have things turn around for me when I know my worth. Nobody else, like whatever everyone else has to say about me, what everyone else has to, you know, talk about me, it doesn't really matter. Their opinions don't matter. It's all about what I feel about myself and the opinions that I have of myself and what I know that I can do and what I know that how much I know that I'm worth. Hold on, because these lights, like, I'm sorry, this sun is shining. It's just so weird. Okay, let me put down a little more. Oh, no. Is that better? That's better. I don't know. But, I was gonna keep the lights blinds open so the light can shine. But it's like, I just feel like all this right here is just getting all in my face. It's too much. But, and it's still there. Shoot. But yeah, like the minute I just realized my worth, I was just and really wanted to put my foot down and care less about what everybody else thinks. I just realized, I'm like, look, one person that can actually change things around for me is me, God, and me. God first, but me. It's God can give me the blessings. God can say, you know, the blessings are coming. The blessings are here. It's just about how you apply yourself and about. I'm sorry, somebody called me, but it's about how you apply yourself and about how you look at yourself. That's how, you know, that's what determines how your blessings come in for you. And I was just like, everything started to turn around for me. So when I started my serving, money started flowing in my pocket, and a lot of things started changing for me. And I felt blessed. I felt, you know, I had finally had a chance to really, you know, do what I said I was going to do and be able to make the money that I knew I could have the chance to make. And you know, there were so many people around me that just didn't like me for God knows what reason, and I could care less. But the negative at the time was just outweighing the positive, and it was making me feel like I didn't have any positive energy enough to fight off this negative energy. And you know, lo and behold, it started coming up as soon as I gained more confidence, and as soon as I gained more inspiration and just had that spark, things started turning around. And you know, I was working, continue to work, continue to work, continue to work, and then I told myself, you know, no, I'm gonna stack up my money. I've been saving up my money and been doing a lot more things. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. And then I was like, okay, now it's time to move. My lease was up. I'm like, now I have to find somewhere to move. And I was like, you know, I got a new job, and now I'm making the money that I want to. Should I take the chance to really move into a place where like it's bigger, better for me, and you know, basically apartment full of luxury? And I'm like, well, let's take a chance. And here I am living in my new apartment, and yeah, been just living my life. And my world went through a spin this year, in the beginning of this year, but And like I've definitely learned some lessons and went through some cycles, and my life has definitely went through some shifts. And it started off crazy, but it ended in such a beautiful way where I definitely, it was like, it was hard for me to be like, there is light at the end of the tunnel, there is light at the end of the tunnel, but there is really light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep pushing. And it'd be literally like, how much longer do I have to keep pushing through? But when it happens, that's when you know it happens for you. And it happened for me. And it's continuing to happen for me. And now that I'm here, I'm just thankful, I'm grateful, and it's just pushed me even more to really go after my dreams. Wanting to go after my dreams and being reminded like I need to be able to get out, let this all this negativity get out my way and push it out my way and really just focus on me, focus on what I know that I can do and what I know that I'm worth and what I know that, you know, what I'm worth and what I want to do for myself, for the betterment of myself and what makes me happy at the end of the day. And if I am around things that don't make me happy, then I have the power to get rid of them. And so, and that's what I took on, that power. And my dreams and my goals, I had to remind myself about that and stop trying to play around and just be like all these other people's puppet and them toss me around to side to side and, you know, play with me like that. I have to really focus on myself and like sit down like I'm nobody's puppet. I do things for me, and I had to put myself first at the time, and that's what I did. And now I'm here. I'm still chasing after my goals. I'm still chasing after my dreams. You'll definitely see more of me. Still doing a lot more things for myself. It's not over. There's a lot more blessings lined up for me. Right now, like I got my new place. Like I've been just feeling like giddy emotions, giddy feelings. Like because now I'm at the end of the tunnel. I'm experiencing the light. I'm experiencing the blessings, and I'm just here to remind you guys, like, just don't stop. Don't stop. If you're going through anything, just remind yourself that you are bigger and you're better than all those negative things that are trying to get in your way. You have the power to push them away from you. You have the power to push forward. And if something around you is not making you happy, then you have the power to remove that situation out of your life and make yourself happy. And if those people around you really know your worth, then they're willing to do what it takes for you to keep you around. And that's what they did. Somebody in there put their foot down, was like, no, we're not gonna let her walk away like this. We're gonna keep her around because at the end of the day, we know that she's a good worker overall. No matter what anybody else has to say, she's a good worker. And I'm glad somebody was able to do that for me because I didn't want all my hard work to go to waste. I've always been trying to study for that new promotion, and when it finally came, you know, I wasn't going to allow it to get ripped away, you know, but it was given to me because I wasn't expecting somebody else to give me a blessing. I was expecting myself to be in a position where I can receive my blessings from God. And if they weren't going to give it to me, I knew it was still available for me somewhere else. So I was going to chase after it no matter what. Nobody was going to stop me. And so that's what you have to constantly remind yourself. Chase after your blessings. You know, if it doesn't work out in one place, then go somewhere else. And if it doesn't work out there, go somewhere else until you find it. There's always just keep going through the tunnel until you find the light. And you'll literally feel like, you know, the tunnel will never end. You're always still getting attacked. But if you're not broken and you feel like you know, can keep going and push through, then you keep going to push through and just remind yourself that you're not broken. You still can go through. You can still get back up and do it all over again. You are a child of God. You can do this. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm still doing. There's still a lot more work for me to do. And I know, like, just going through that, I know for a fact how much strong I am. And it doesn't make me feel like, oh, I went through it all now and now I'm just going to have nothing but blessings flow, which I do believe it's time for my blessings to flow. But as I grow stronger and as I get higher, I know that there's going to be more things coming after me. But throughout my life, there's been so many things that I've dealt with that has been coming after me and coming after my life goals and coming after my dreams and so much negativity that I'm used to it now and I know how to let it not affect me and to just remind myself to keep pushing, keep doing it, big things for myself and be consistent in my life and my goals and chasing after what I want to go through, what I want to do. And so now I'm here and I'm like, this is another milestone. The next milestone is getting my car. I definitely am getting my car very, very soon. But I just want to thank you guys for continuing to watch me. However many people will watch it, however many people don't watch this video or watch any of my other videos, I'm still going to be consistent with the videos. I'm back now. I just wanted to share this story with you guys because I know I've been gone for a good chunk. I wasn't recording for a good chunk of time, but it was just because I was going through a lot of stuff and it was a very depressing time for me. But now I'm back. I feel a lot better and I'm here now and I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. So you guys stay tuned for much more. During my new apartment honey video or something like that I made, I was telling you guys I was going through I'm gonna be going through a lot of good things. I'm gonna be doing a lot of good things upcoming. So you guys were able to see a few of them on my Miami trip. So much fun, and I did my apartment tour, so you guys will see this already. You'll see the apartment tour before you see this video, so that's already out. And yeah, and then I'm just gonna be moving my furniture in. I don't have any furniture yet, but all my old furniture is in storage. We're gonna be getting all my old furniture out of storage this weekend and putting it into this place, and then even while the I'm not gonna do a furnished apartment tour because I still wanna, get some new things. I'm gonna just basically revamp it, just, make all the stuff look new and, get some new stuff in here. So you'll have a furnished apartment tour soon, but not anytime soon right now. But it'll come eventually once I get everything completely the way I want it and get my new furniture come in. But this weekend I'll have my old furniture. It won't stop any of the videos I'll make in the actual apartment, but you'll get a fully complete furnished tour when I get all of my new stuff in. So yeah, and that'll probably take a couple months or so. Nothing, no rush, but it's gonna happen. And so I'm just thankful once again. I'm grateful. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned because there's a lot more stuff that's gonna happen. There's a lot more videos that are gonna come out. I am gonna be a lot more consistent. So please keep watching because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Bye y'all. Peace.